This is Jason Hammond, the Science Outreach Manager at the Children's Museum Houston, here to do a fun science experiment with you, brought to you by the W.T. and Louise J. Moran Foundation. Let's get to experimenting. We're going to go ahead and make our Venus flytrap before we talk about what a Venus flytrap is. So let's get our materials gathered together and start making. A pair of scissors, black pom-poms, and googly eyes. We're going to go ahead and make our Venus flytrap before we talk about what a Venus flytrap is. So let's get our materials gathered together and start making. So because you need two paper plates, you're going to color one of them, this first one, the edge right here green and this inside part red, and you're going to cover the whole outside part green, and then you're going to use your markers to give it some characteristic marks. Let's go ahead and start that. Now I'm going to get a little bit of detail and put some like dots and stuff around it with the markers, just to give it some characteristics, because not all the fly traps look alike. Okay, and then when you're done with that, you're just going to go ahead and fold it in half. So it looks like that, and on the inside it looks like that. So with your second paper plate, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold it in half first, and then cut right around this edge right here. That's where you're going to put your hand inside for your puppet. And then, because it's going to go over this one like that, you're going to want to color this all green. And give it some detail. So get your glue stick or your white glue, doesn't matter which, and on this one here, just give it a nice, generous helping of glue. Go ahead. And you really want to make sure it dries completely before you put your hand inside. So give it some time. So set this aside for a minute, and what you're going to do is you're going to grab a piece of cardstock, and you're going to get your ruler, and you're going to measure about 2 inches up from the top. Use your marker, make a 2-inch mark, and then you're going to make a line going all the way across. Make it as straight as you can. And then you're going to cut that off. So you have a strip just like this. And then you're just going to cut some triangles. These a lot of the shapes you're going to make are isosceles triangles. Some are irregular triangles, but they're mainly isosceles triangles. And you can cut more than you need, that's okay. Now, even though these look like teeth, they are going to be the hairs that you find on a Venus flytrap. All right. So you have all your isosceles triangles, and you're just going to put them all around the edge in different ways. So get your glue stick out again. Go ahead and glue them on. And they can go all the way around. They don't have to just be on the bottom. They have a lot of different hairs. Sometimes you have to repair your Venus flytrap, so just get your glue stick out and go ahead and do that. And it's okay if you have some triangles left over. This is a good one right here. Okay, so because you have a Venus flytrap, you're also going to need a fly. So you're going to go ahead and pull out a black pom-pom. You're going to select a couple of googly eyes, because googly eyes are fun. So I'm just going to take a couple out. Doesn't matter, they're the same size. You're going to need your glue, so you can glue your googly eyes on. And you're going to need a pipe cleaner to make wings. And your second eye. You stick it on. And the glue will dry so you don't see that in there. And you got yourself your little fly. Now there's a little bit of a misunderstanding about Venus flytraps, so I want to help you understand them a little better. First of all, they don't really eat flies. They eat more like trundling animals and insects. So if a beetle goes by them, they'll eat a beetle. If like a little grasshopper might go by, they might grab that. It's very rare when they get flies, and that's because of how they actually eat. What you have to understand about Venus flytraps is that they are not thinking about eating food, like trapping it. It's a sensory thing. They don't have a brain. They're not going and sitting there, ooh, there's a fly, I want to eat it. These little triangles you cut out that look like teeth, they're actually hairs. And what will happen is these trundling animals or these flies will hit the hair and it'll give them a little sensation. Now, here's what's really important. It won't clamp down on it when it hits one time. It actually has to hit at least 2 times for it to trigger a bite response. But scientists have discovered it's usually actually more like 5 times. They have to hit a couple of times, but that's okay. If a beetle's walking across or a fly's flying across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll get it. And it has to be within a space of a few seconds. So let's say a fly lands right there and stands there for a while, just hanging out. Then it gets up and goes over to this one. It won't clamp down at that point. Too much time has gone by. So it's a very boom, 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 immediate response, or it's a very, oops, one of the, well, hairs sometimes fall off, it happens. It's a very like, not gonna happen. I'm gonna hang out here for a minute, nothing happens. But I go boom, 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 it clamps down. So although Venus flytraps are considered a carnivorous plant, they don't actually eat insects or trundling insects for their meat. It's not the same thing as like a wolf eating a deer. What it is when they trap them, they're eating them for a gas that's accumulated inside the insect called nitrogen. So they're actually pulling a gas out that helps them with their bodily processes. Just like other plants, Venus flytraps use the sun for photosynthesis. That's how they respirate, and they use water for their main nutrition. Thanks for joining us for this really fun science experiment. We hope to see you soon, and we hope you keep on doing science.